Hey Taurus, welcome to Sweet Tea Astrology and Tarot. This is the secondary portion of your May 2017 Astrology and Tarot forecast. I've broken up these videos to better serve my viewers after a year of analytics. I think this is going to work better for everyone involved. If you want to know why I came to that decision, I have a state of the channel video that I released first before the Pisces and Sagittarius set of videos, and I intend on releasing the astrology and the tarot at the same time, but just in different videos, and I'll have the astrology linked. Okay, you just had a card flip. I'll have the astrology linked to this video as well, so, and vice versa. But now that I've had a card pop for you, lovely Taurus, I'm going to cut the deck. The bottom card will represent the underlying theme or overarching energy for every spread that I provide for you here. The top three are for clarity, and if you need a time frame or an approximation of time, it will be past, present, and future, just depending. I will also read the card that flipped and fell for you while I was shuffling, but I'm not going to put that on screen right now. It's off to the side, but you will see it, I promise. I am now shuffling for you the Divine Circus Oracle deck. This deck is by Elena Fairchild. Mercury went retrograde in your sign, Taurus, but will be moving direct in Aries at the very beginning of May. So you should be feeling as though some of the miscommunication, especially surrounding you, will probably ease for a little bit. One more shuffle and I'm going to cut this oracle deck for you. Alright, Taurus. And it's a difficult proposition to have Venus going retrograde in Aries and Taurus usurping the Mercury retrograde host position this go round, and with Mercury moving back into Aries. There's been a lot of Aries energy at the beginning of this year, so go back and check my other videos if you want to know how or why it's been playing out in your world the way that it has, or maybe to give you some reasons behind it all. Anyways, what I'm going to do now, Taurus, is hit the pause button, flip these cards over and do the tarot math, and I'll be right back with your story. Hang tight, y'all. I'll be right back. Hey Taurus, I'm back with your cards, so let's get started. The underlying theme or overarching energy for this spread is the Chariot card. Alright, it's not even the underlying theme or overarching energy. I'm telling y'all a story. This was a card that fell while I was shuffling for y'all. This is the card that fell while I was shuffling. The Nine of Swords is the underlying theme or overarching energy. My bad. I'm under the influence of a Mercury retrograde, y'all. Forgive me. So, this was a card that popped while I was shuffling. It is the Chariot card. It is the 7th card of the major arcana. That 7 speaks to the 7th house on the astrological wheel for me. If I could speak today, y'all. So, that 7th house is the house of your partnerships and your relationships and how you identify who you are as an individual through your interactions with those people in your world that are closest to you. It's also the house of counseling and open enemies. The Chariot, as a major arcana card, is representative of the zodiac sign of Cancer. It is also associated with the themes of tradition or achievement through effort or your self-mastery. I also see this card as a Gemini card, and the reason I say that is because of it being a chariot. The chariot was a means of transportation or commute, and Gemini rules the 3rd house of communication as well. And I think that it is no small coincidence that the card that represents Gemini, dealing with communication, siblings, cousins, neighbors in your neighborhood, Gemini being ruled by Mercury, is retrograde in Taurus and now Aries. If you listen to the astrology portion, you'll know what that means. But this Chariot, like I said, I see it as a means of commute or communication. Also dealing with those siblings, cousins, and neighbors, or in your neighborhood, that 3rd house. Another thing that I associate with this card, because of the Cancer association is the moon. And what's interesting is that you will be experiencing the full moon at 20 degrees of Scorpio in your 7th house. And what's more interesting down the line is that you've got some 9th house synchronicity as well. And I said in the astrology portion that during the full moon, you will be feeling some pretty strong 7th house resonance, but there may be some 9th house themes as well. So, I spoke to the 7th house, and I'll get to that 9th house when we get to the other cards. I feel like this is highlighting or indicating the full moon for many of you. I want you to be careful in your communication and your commute around the full moon as well. So, there's that for you. Now, the bottom card, the underlying theme or overarching energy, is the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords is a card that deals with fruition. It deals with depression, anxiety, and despair sometimes. I also see this as very much the insomnia card or just bad dreams. The swords are representative of air sign energy. The air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. It's interesting that I associate mercurial things, thoughts, communication styles, speaking, distributing your messages to people through the swords energy. The 9 speaks to that 9th house on the astrological wheel, and that is the house of your worldview expanded through study or travel. And that covers higher education, long-distance trips, adventures and questing. It is the house of foreign people, foreign places, and foreign things. It also governs the study of foreign languages, religion, astrology, philosophy, legal system matters, political system matters. Those higher-minded things, those you're not going to get it in your own neck of the woods. You're going to have to go out to receive it. I feel like this is you worrying about the future because the swords are pointed in the future or in the future position for me. It could be that you are concerned about what's going to be going on, and it could be that you are concerned about what's going to be going on in the 9th month, which would be September, or worried about 9th house endeavors. Once again, 9th house, higher education, long-distance trips, adventures and questing, and those higher-minded ideals. So some of you may be dealing with insomnia. Some of you may be dealing with depression or anxiety, maybe even feeling despair. It could be revolving around fruition in some way around the 9th house. You also have Pluto transiting the 9th house, and that's a pretty big deal as well. Pluto is a planet that represents transformation, change, and this is long-term kind of stuff like coastal erosion. Now, the following card after that is the King of Swords, and this is a guy that's in reverse. And I feel like he's in reverse because of this despair, anxiety, and insomnia. This card could also represent the past. It doesn't have to be, but it can be for some of y'all. Now, this King of Swords is representative of an air sign, a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius. It could be male or female, but it showed up in masculine perspective through the King card. This is an individual that probably deals with or has some authority in some world, some part of their world at least. Maybe have authority over you. This is someone who may be really bossy. Could be someone that you have a difficult time getting along with, or that they're concerned about being right all the time or winning the argument all the time or something to that effect. You may be having struggles with authorities, or you may be not struggles with authorities, but you may have like power struggles with people who have authority over you, or there may be power struggles in authority, just depending. So I feel like that, especially with Mercury going retrograde in Taurus, that there's going to be a lot of issues dealing with miscommunication and the like. The fact that Mercury is moving into Aries means that it's going to be an extended stay for Mercury going backwards in the sky from our perspective. And the fact that it started out in Taurus could be that you're feeling that mercurial retrograde energy throughout the entirety of May. We've got Mercury moving back into Taurus, your sign, on the 15th or 16th of the month. So take heart. It will end eventually. The fact that this King of Swords is in reverse, it could be that you're having a hard time with like the thought processes. You may be having cloudy thoughts or a difficult time making those intellectual problem-solving neurons meet up, which happens from time to everyone. The card that represents the present situation at hand is the Hermit card reversed. So it seems like whatever it is that is affecting you, that's giving you this insomnia, has really got your world turned upside down. Every one of these character cards is in the reverse. You could be up all night trying to contemplate on a decision, and you really are looking for the way and just feel completely lost. This Hermit card is the 9th card in the Major Arcana. This is the second card that has a number 9 association with it. That 9th house is a house that's ruled by Sagittarius, and Saturn is going retrograde in Sagittarius right now. But that is the house of long-distance trips, adventures and questing, higher education. It is your worldview expanded through study or travel. This Hermit card is also representative of a spiritual or analytical journey or path. It can speak to the zodiac sign of Virgo. And it also highlights the themes of learning to serve or learning to be of service. And in this case, it may be that you have been serving too much. It may be that you need to learn how to be served. It could also be that you've just really had your world rocked and you feel like you're looking for the answers. And you may be desperately searching for the answers for some of you. Transit through the 9th house. That is the house of learning astrology and metaphysics and the occult. So some of you may have been led here because of that as well. Pluto transiting through that 9th house. Once again, very deep transformative change. This is something that doesn't happen overnight. It's something that's happening every night. Don't get it twisted. But it is something that you will not recognize until you have a before and after perspective on it. Once again, I feel like this is linked up with that full moon that will be occurring on the 5th. On the 9th or 10th of the month. I had the date written 5/9, 5/10. But if you see, even though he's in the reverse, his light is pointing towards the future. The final card in the top 3 for clarity is the 5 of Swords in reverse. This 5 of Swords deals with adversity or instability. Once again, dealing with air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. I feel like you're going to be dealing with a Gemini more than anything, and I say that because of this guy right here. Well, I'll just throw all of my cards around. When I say that I see this as a Gemini card, you will be dealing with either a Gemini or a Cancer more often than not. Could be somebody that's like a Gemini-Cancer cusp, or, yeah. This 5 of Swords deals with adversity, instability, in themes of defeat, tension, conflict. This, the Swords, air sign energy. It seems like this is a card of almost giving up or walking away. What is it they say? Cutting your losses. It feels like this individual is very smug and happy that they won, but these people down here, they're sick of it. They're out. They don't know what to do. They've thrown their hands up. The fact that it's in reverse, it could be that you may be a part of a group that's throwing their hands up and walking away from a situation. Or it could be that people are walking away from you. It really just depends. It could be that you are trying to decide if you're going to walk away or not, and that's why you're up late at night with this 9 of Swords. So I did the tarot math for this spread, and it ended up being 30 as a total 3 plus 0 is 3, and that speaks to that third house of Gemini, your siblings, cousins, neighbors, short distance trips, your communication skills, your communication devices, and your actual commute. I feel like some of you are probably going to be dealing with some serious vehicle issues around the full moon. Please, please, please be careful when you're driving. Because the full moon is playing so nicely with Pluto. Pluto is a deeply transformative planet, but it's also can be seen sometimes as the planet of death. So, just depending. It can make it a situation that would have just been a bad situation very extreme. It's a polarizing planet. But that's what's going on for you in the tarot portion of this reading. What I'm going to do now is grab this oracle card that I pulled for you from the Divine Circus Oracle deck. This is the 32nd card of the Divine Circus Oracle deck by Elena Fairchild. It is the Clown of the Crossroads. And you can just look by the expression on this clown's face that they seem a little sad, a little despondent, a little bit of despair possibly, like that underlying theme or overarching energy that we were talking about with that Nine of Swords. Could be dark night of the soul for some of y'all. If you've got some Sagittarius energy in you, it could definitely be some dark night of the soul stuff, because Saturn transiting through, when you have your Saturn return, it can feel like the dark night of the soul. Okay, so this card indicates that you cannot continue with everything as it has been. And this means that something in your world or your life must be released for you to gain something else. Think of it like trying to carry in all of the groceries at once. And I'm talking you spent $200 on 3 weeks worth of groceries. Hallelujah, if you can do that. But you've got all of these bags of groceries. You can't carry them all in at one time. You're going to have to bring some in and put them down and then go back out. That's the analogy I'm trying to bring in. Not everything is going to be able to come with you. You are going to have to release some things. This card comes to you when you're at a choice point, and this is a time for you to make a decision and realize that life doesn't have to continue on the path that it has been on anymore. Embrace this as an empowering situation to help propel you forward in your life. You should also remember to be patient with yourself as you feel the truth rising to the surface within you, and then honor that truth. Honor the loss of the sacred part of your journey as well. Release it or them, because for some of you it may be a relationship or a partnership. But release this situation with love and light. Be bold in your spirit and be brave in your choice, because this choice, this decision point must be made, and you would much rather it be in your hands than someone else's. So Taurus, that's what I see for you for the month of May 2017. I hope you have a wonderful, happy birthday month, y'all. Please take care of yourself. Please be kind to yourselves and save some of that kindness for others, because we're all going through private battles in our world that some of us may never speak about to another living soul. I'll see y'all soon, but until then, take care, y'all. Namaste. Bye. And I love you.